found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time.
This One's Wife. Harry lawyers up. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Jack Royston, there's a name I've not mentioned for some time, writes in Newsweek that Prince Harry and This One's Wife have sent legal letters to the Daily Mail over allegations of a fist fight with Prince Andrew and derogatory comments about This One's Wife, Newsweek can reveal. Andrew Lowney's new book, entitled, paints a scathing portrait of Andrew as sex-obsessed, boorish and privileged, all characteristics which are in keeping with his status as an upper lesser type A narcissist. And if you haven't watched my dissection of Prince Andrew in relation to the comments arising from this book, I would encourage you to do so. Not only is it interesting in terms of understanding about Prince Andrew, but it'll help you understand more in respect of the way that the upper lesser type A narcissist behaves by reference to a real-life example. Interestingly, Andrew, so far, hasn't responded, and it may well be the case that as a consequence of receiving advice, well, much of this is going to be true, you're better off keeping your head down, as you have been doing in relation to other allegations and problems, that the Duke of York has adopted the stance of staying in a position of withdrawal in order to nullify the threat to control. And therefore, his haughty attitude is, fuck it. Somebody wants to write a shitty book about me, let them, I don't care, it's a load of garbage, it's a load of rubbish, bugger them. And then he's on to the next thing. Remember, Prince Andrew doesn't operate with a facade. And whilst the allegations about his behaviour will be a threat to control, they won't be in the same way as they are in respect of the derogatory comments about This One's Wife, because she operates this facade of wanting to be seen as a lovely person. Andrew recognises that he has this reputation as a playboy, and he thrives on it. He recognises that he has a reputation for being bluff and brash with people, and he plays up to it. He doesn't give a rat's ass. If you don't like it, get out of the way. I'm the Duke of York. You're just a prole. You don't matter. So he's less concerned about facade management because he doesn't operate one. And it's more generally about criticisms about him as a person that would lead to a threat to control, and it would appear that he stayed in that position of withdrawal. Accordingly, he's not responded, but it's Harry and This One's Wife's legal team that have been mobilised to respond to the allegations. And that's because of passages suggesting that Harry and Andrew had a fist fight in 2013, and others stating that Andrew was dismissive of This One's Wife. Now, one suspects that Harry, if this is true, has been mobilised to do this as a consequence of the fact that he likes to have things his own way, not driven by narcissism, but because he's operated in an entitled and privileged environment. But also one suspects that he has been railroaded by his wife to do something about it. Because remember, Harry, as the intimate partner primary source of This One's Wife, is an extension of her. And therefore, she can't have it said that Harry's going around bopping his uncle on the nose. Privately, she would find it amusing. But publicly, she can't have that situation because it could potentially damage her facade. Her attitude is a little bit like those of head teachers that tell pupils that they're ambassadors for the school, and therefore your behaviour out of school when you're wearing that uniform as a pupil of St. Xavier's or whatever it might be reflects on the school as a whole. In the same way, This One's Wife's husband, Harry, even though it was before he had even met This One's Wife, in terms of the alleged fight, the regurgitation of that information now is a potential threat to control in relation to her facade. Therefore, she will place pressure on him to do something about it. Naturally, since it was said that Andrew was dismissive of This One's Wife and basically was criticising Harry for the relationship and not doing due diligence, all of that paints her in a bad light, which, as you'll understand, is a threat to control. Extracts from the book were serialised in the Daily Mail on Saturday, prompting a strongly worded denial by Harry's team that evening. However, Harry's team has now stated to Newsweek that they've called in the lawyers. Such are the gross inaccuracies, damaging and defamatory remarks made in the Daily Mail story. I can confirm a legal letter from Prince Harry's counsel has been sent to the Mail. Saturday's statement, also sent to Newsweek, read, I can confirm Prince Harry and Prince Andrew have never had a physical fight, nor did Prince Andrew ever make the comments he is alleged to have made about the Duchess of Sussex to Prince Harry. Harry and this one's wife filed repeated lawsuits between 2019 and 2022, but have not filed a single case since. In the meantime, Harry has been slowly winding down the flurry of actions, having won some, lost others, and abandoned one. If the legal letter did turn into an actual lawsuit, it would represent a pivot back to a media strategy that Harry was largely thought to have abandoned. I've mentioned in the previous video about what it has been said in respect of what happened between Harry and Andrew, and also what was said about this one's wife. Naturally, the publication of that is a threat to the control of this one's wife, and the Daily Mail is seen by both Harry and this one's wife as an organ that is a peddler of lies and deceit and defamatory comments. It's certainly painted black. But what about the author of this book, the individual who claims that the fight happened and also has claimed that those comments were made about this one's wife? What has he got to say about the prospect of impending legal action? Well, yesterday, on his X account, Andrew Lowney wrote, Prince Harry calls in lawyers over Prince Harry and this one's wife's story, and he references the Newsweek article that I've done so also. And he adds, I look forward to doing battle and the disclosures which will emerge. Interestingly, Mr. Lowney follows me on X. Perhaps he's wanting to get some further tips about how to deal with the narcissist that is this one's wife, and also in relation to the behaviours of Prince Andrew as a narcissist. But it's certainly fairly bullish response from him. I look forward to doing battle and the disclosures which will emerge, which tends to suggest that he is entirely confident in relation to the research and work that he has undertaken. He is known for his assiduous research on other publications, and therefore undoubtedly will have ensured that the allegations that have been put forward are supported by evidence, and undoubtedly the relevant lawyers of the publishing house have run the rule over them. And it's likely, therefore, that the legal threat that's been issued by Harry and this one's wife will once again come to nothing, but it is necessary for them to do so because this one's wife needs to be seen to try and nullify the threat to control. Accordingly, he is looking forward to doing battle. He's looking forward to the disclosures, which hints at there being not only the evidence to support the various allegations contained within the book, but it may well demonstrate more, and in effect, the legal action could well kick the hornet's nest. Once again, a dim-witted move on the part of Harry and the collateral consequence of the narcissistic manoeuvres of this one's wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.